Hey guys, welcome back to this tutorial. Today we are going to learn how to do Firebase authentication. We are going to register a user to our Firebase using Firebase. So let's get started. This is a fresh project that we are going to use. So according to Firebase, the first thing that we are going to do is to connect our application to the Firebase. So let's create. So you go to Tools and then Firebase. Then you find authentication, email and password, and the first thing you're supposed to do is to connect to Firebase. So let's connect. So connecting, and then Firebase dialog is here. Create new Firebase project. Yes, the name is register. Then select region, country, that is United States, and then connect to Firebase. So the project, that is starting project creation, determining Android client to create, registering Android client, downloading Firebase configuration, that is done. Now Firebase project created and connected locally to module app. So the next thing that we are going to do is add Firebase authentication to your app. So this will also enable the Firebase core library, which include Firebase Analytics. So accept. So Grado build learning some configurations and then config successful. So let's refresh. And then I'm going to learn the application and see what we have. So we have file Google service JSON is missing. So according to the documentation here, to use Firebase, to use an authentication provider, you need to enable it in Firebase console. So I'm going to go to my Firebase console. And then if I refresh, I'll see my project, that is register. It's here. Click on it. Project setting. Then I'm going to download this Google service JSON. This is Google service 1. So I had downloaded another one. And let me clear both so that I can download fresh. Download. Here we are. Copy this one. And then paste it to your app folder. Learn your app again and see. So passing JSON. This is our file. So the Gradle build is learning. And then the application is installing. Launching activity. There we are. We have our register and hello world. So the next thing, go to sign in method page in the Firebase authentication section and enable email and password. So I'm going to go to the authentication, sign in method, enable email and password and save it. So back to my application. In the manifest file, I'm going to add permission, uses permission, internet. And then I'm going to learn my application again. Launching application. Here we are, hello world and register. So I'll begin by changing the theme that I'm using. I'm going to use no action bar. Let's learn again. So the app is installing, launching. There we are. We only have hello world. So I'm going to design the register screen here. So let's get started in our main activity. So our parent layout is constrained. So I'm going to have text input layout. Oops, let me add this one to design. So I'm going to have text input layout. Download it and add it to design. Text input layout. I'm going to match parent. I'm going to lab content. Then I'm going to have edit text. I'm going to match parent, lab content, and input type. I'm going to have text. So to position an element within the constraint layout, I'm going to have top. This one should be top of parent. Bottom should be bottom of parent. I'm going to have start, should be start of parent. And I'm going to have end of parent. This is for horizontal alignment. And then I'm going to start merging that deep. And end margin, I'm going to have that. Then I'm going to have hint. The hint should be email. I'll enter email. Then I need to have an ID here, and I'm going to have edit text, edit email. So I'm going to copy this one for the password and paste it here. Now I'm going to have ID TV email, ID TV password, and should be below. So instead of bottom of parent, should be bottom top of TV email. No, should be top bottom. Top bottom of TV email. This one is edit password. Then below, and the input type is text password. Hint enter password. Then below it, I'm going to have button, match parent, lab content, and background color. I'm going to give it hash color. And ID, I'm going to give it button register. Text, I'm going to give it register, and color, I'm going to give it white. Then I'm going to position it horizontally. I'm going to have start of parent, and end of parent, and I'm going to have it top bottom of TV password, and I'm going to give it a margin of that. So I'm also going to have a text here, lab content, horizontally, and then top should be top of parent, and bottom should be bottom top of TV email. The text, I'm going to have register, and the size I'm going to have 22 sp. The color I'm going to give it black. So let's learn our application again and see. So the Gradle build is learning. Application is installing and then it will launch. Here we have register, we have email, and we have password. So for this password, let me give it top margin of 20. The other thing that I'm going to do is to listen on the button when the button is clicked. So I have button register.set on click listener, and when you click it, I'm going to log.p action, and I'm going to say clicked. Let's see. So the app is installing, it's launching. So when I click, I can see within the logs the button was clicked. So the next thing that I'm going to do is to check whether the email and password is provided. If edit text email dot text dot trim dot string dot is not empty, all edit text password dot text dot trim dot to string dot is not empty. Here I'm going to do something else. So when everything is provided, I'll make a toast dot make text. This I'm saying input provided. I'm going to have toast dot length long dot show. So the same thing, when not provided, input required. So let's learn again. So then I'm also training you how to do validation of the input. So let's see. So you can see input required. If I have text at gmail.com, and for password I have 1234 input provided. So the next thing that I'm going to do is now to configure my Firebase. So according to Firebase, we have a very good documentation here, authentication with Firebase using password-based account on Android. So all this has been done. So then the thing that I'm going to do is initialize Firebase auth, listen on start if the current user is logged in, and this method provides us with create user with email and password. So I'm going to have private, and then we'll have auth, Firebase auth. Then I'm going to have Firebase auth is equals to Firebase auth dot get instance. So when you click here, I'm going to have a method for registration. So I'm going to have fun create user, and within the create user method, I'm going to pass email of type string, and I'm going to pass password of type string. So I'm going to have auth dot create user with email and password. I'm going to pass my email and I'm going to pass my password. Then I'm going to listen and complete this and I'm going to say task, and when it's successful I'm going to say if task dot is successful, I'm going to show a success message, else I'm going to show the log with an error. So I'm going to say log.in, then I'm going to have task message, and this one I'm going to say successful, and here I'm going to say task message failed. I'm going to say the message for failure is task.exemption. So let's learn and see. Oops, let me call this method here and then pass edit text email.text.trim.string. And for password, I'm going to have id password.text.trim.string. Let's learn it. So my application is installing. So if I say learntech@gmail.com 1 2 3 4, click register. So failed, we have the given password is invalid. Password should meet at least 6 characters. So I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Successful. So let's go to our console. So we have LearnTech, and then we have the created and signed in date. So the next thing that I'm going to do is to create an activity called dashboard. So when the user registers, we are going to redirect the user to the dashboard. Within the dashboard, I'm only going to have text here, lab content, horizontally, vertically. I'm also going to align it. This is dashboard. So within the main activity, when the login is successful, I'm going to have val intent. I'm going to move from this activity to dashboard activity. And I'm going to start activity intent. So let's see. So the app is installing. Let's wait. Now it's launching. So let's see the logs. And there we are. So I'm going to have to register another user, learntech20@gmail.com. And for the password, I'm going to have pass812345. Then register. There we are in the dashboard, and the message is successful. So that's all, guys. If you see this message, for you to be able to register, you use create user with email and password. Also, Firebase provide another method whereby When the activity starts, you check if the user is already signed in. So when initializing your activity, check to see if the user is currently signed in. So let's do this one. So override on start. So I'm going to have val user, which is our dot current user. So if user not equal to null, meaning the user is already logged in, I'm going to redirect the user to dashboard. So I'm going to have this one. So let's learn again and see. So this time we expect that the app should go to dashboard. There we are. So we are in the dashboard, meaning the user was already signed in. So we have other methods for login. So as you can see, we have sign in with email and password, and finally we have sign out. So in the next tutorial, I'm going to do for sign in, and finally we are going to do for sign out. So that's all, guys. Thank you for watching. If you are new, remember to subscribe, and thank you for watching.